Once upon a time in a small village, there was a kind and wise man named Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was a retired teacher who loved sharing his knowledge. He had a young neighbor named Sam who loved to learn new things. Sam would often visit Mr. Jones to hear stories and learn tips about life and English. One sunny afternoon, as they sat under the big oak tree, Mr. Jones decided to share 50 important English tips with Sam through a story. Mr. Jones began, "Let me tell you a story about a young boy named Alex who wanted to become a great communicator. He loved reading, writing, and speaking in English, but he knew he had a lot to learn. So he decided to seek out advice from wise people in his village. Speak clearly. Alex met an old man named Mr. White, who told him, "Always speak clearly, Alex. Pronounce your words well so that people can understand you. Listen actively." Mrs. Green, a kind lady, advised, "Listen carefully when others speak. It's just as important as speaking well." Read daily. Mr. Blue, the village librarian, said, "Read every day, Alex. Books are your best friends and teachers." Write regularly. Miss Violet, a poet, told him, "Write something every day. It could be a diary entry, a poem, or a story. Writing helps improve your skills." Learn new words. Mr. Red, a scholar, suggested, "Learn a new word every day. It will expand your vocabulary." Use a dictionary. Miss Yellow, a schoolteacher, said, "Keep a dictionary handy. Look up words you don't understand. Practice speaking." Mrs. Orange, a public speaker, advised, "Practice speaking English with friends or family. It builds confidence. Watch English shows." Mr. Purple, a movie enthusiast, recommended, "Watch English movies and shows. It helps with listening skills and pronunciation." Join a book club. Mrs. Brown, who loved books, said, "Join a book club. Discussing books improves comprehension and speaking skills." Learn grammar. Mr. Black, a grammar expert, told him, "Learn the basic rules of grammar. It helps you write and speak correctly." Be curious. Alex's friend, Ben, who was very curious, always said, "Ask questions when you don't understand something." Use simple sentences. Mr. Gray, a storyteller, advised, "Use simple sentences. It makes your speech clear and easy to understand." Be patient. Mrs. Silver, a kind lady, said, "Be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time. Practice pronunciation." Mr. Gold, a singer, suggested, "Practice your pronunciation. It helps others understand you better." Speak slowly. Miss Peach, a teacher, advised, "Speak slowly and clearly. It gives you time to think and makes you more understandable." Use body language. Mrs. Cherry, a drama teacher, said, "Use body language and facial expressions. They help convey your message." Read out loud. Mr. Pine, a voice coach, recommended, "Read out loud. It improves your pronunciation and fluency." Learn from mistakes. Alex's friend, Emma, who was very wise, said, "Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Learn from them." Use synonyms. Mr. Oak, a writer, advised, "Use synonyms to avoid repetition. It makes your writing more interesting." Be confident. Mrs. Willow, a mentor, said, "Be confident when you speak. Confidence makes you more persuasive." Ask for feedback. Miss Maple, a coach, suggested, Ask for feedback on your speaking and writing. It helps you improve. Practice listening, Mr. Birch, a musician, said, listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. Use online resources, Mrs. Cedar, a tech-savvy lady, recommended use online resources like language apps and websites to practice. Join a language group, Mr. Elm, who loved socializing, said, join a language group. Practicing with others makes learning fun. Use flashcards, Miss Rose, a student, suggested, use flashcards to remember new words and phrases. Keep a journal, Mrs. Daisy, who loved writing, said, keep a journal in English. It helps you practice writing regularly. Learn idioms, Mr. Lily, a poet, advised, learn common idioms. They add color to your language. Understand context, Miss Tulip, a historian, said, understand the context of words and phrases. It helps with comprehension. Practice spelling, Mrs. Marigold, a spelling bee champion, recommended, practice spelling regularly. It improves your writing. Use polite language, Mr. Sunflower, a diplomat, advised, always use polite language. It shows respect and makes communication pleasant. Learn phonetics, Miss Iris, a linguist, said, learn phonetics. It helps with pronunciation and understanding spoken English. Speak with natives, Mrs. Violet, who traveled a lot, suggested, speak with native English speakers. It helps you learn the natural flow of the language. Stay positive, Mr. Orchid, a motivational speaker, said, stay positive and motivated. It makes learning enjoyable. Use apps, Miss Daisy, a student, recommended, use language learning apps. They make practice easy and fun. Read newspapers, Mrs. Jasmine, who loved current events, said, read newspapers and online articles. It keeps you informed and improves your reading skills. Listen to podcasts, Mr. Lavender, a podcaster, advised, listen to English podcasts. They are great for improving listening skills. Practice storytelling, Miss Poppy, a storyteller, said, practice telling stories. It improves your fluency and creativity. Learn common phrases, Mrs. Camellia, a traveler, suggested, learn common phrases and expressions. They are useful in daily conversations. Record yourself, Mr. Fern, a coach, recommended, record yourself speaking. Listen to it and find areas to improve. Use English in daily life, Miss Ivy, a teacher, advised, try to use English in your daily life as much as possible. Learn cultural nuances, Mrs. Pine, who lived abroad, said, learn the cultural nuances of English-speaking countries. It helps with understanding context. Be respectful, Mr. Cedar, a community leader, suggested, always be respectful in your communication. It builds good relationships. Practice debates, Miss Elm, a debater, recommended, participate in debates. It improves your critical thinking and speaking skills. Read different genres, Mrs. Maple, a librarian, said, read different genres of books. It broadens your knowledge and vocabulary. Use a thesaurus, Mr. Birch, a writer, advised, use a thesaurus to find synonyms and make your writing richer. Watch documentaries, Miss Oak, a teacher, suggested, watch documentaries. They are informative and improve your listening skills. Engage in discussions, Mrs. Rose, a professor, said, engage in discussions. It helps you practice expressing your thoughts clearly. Stay curious, Mr. Tulip, an explorer, advised, stay curious and always seek to learn more. Have fun, Miss Lily. A student recommended, have fun while learning. Enjoy the process and celebrate your progress. Be consistent, Mrs. Sunflower, a mentor, said, be consistent in your practice. Little by little, you will see great improvement. As Mr. Jones finished his story, Sam felt inspired. He knew that these tips would help him become a great communicator, just like Alex. Sam thanked Mr. Jones and promised to follow the tips in practice every day. And so, Sam embarked on his journey to master English, with the wisdom of his kind neighbor guiding him every step of the way. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a kind father named John. John lived in a cozy little house with his son Tommy. John loved Tommy very much. He wanted to teach him everything he knew about life. John believed in the power of words and kindness. He wanted Tommy to grow up to be a good person. John and Tommy would sit by the fireplace every evening. John would tell Tommy stories and give him tips on many things. Tommy John would say, words are very powerful. Use them wisely. Always speak kindly to others. Tommy listened carefully. He wanted to learn everything his father had to teach. One night, John decided to teach Tommy about the importance of English. Tommy, he said, learning English well will help you in many ways. It will help you talk to people from different places. It will help you understand books and stories from all over the world. Tommy's eyes sparkled with interest. He loved stories and wanted to read as many as he could. John began with simple lessons. First, Tommy, he said, always speak clearly. Pronounce your words well. This helps people understand you. Tommy practiced with his father. They would say words slowly and clearly. Good job, Tommy. John would cheer. Tommy felt proud. Next, John taught Tommy about listening. Tommy, he said, listening is very important. When you listen carefully, you learn more. You also show respect to the person speaking. Tommy nodded. He loved listening to his father's stories and knew how important it was. John also taught Tommy about reading. Reading is like traveling to different worlds, John said. Books are full of adventures and knowledge. They would read together every night. John would help Tommy with difficult words. Take your time, Tommy, he would say. Reading should be fun, not a race. John believed in the power of kindness. Tommy, he said, always be kind to others. Kindness can change someone's day. It can even change their life. Tommy thought about this. He wanted to make people happy, just like his father did. John also taught Tommy about helping others. Helping others is very important, Tommy, he said. It makes the world a better place. Even small acts of kindness can have a big impact. Tommy liked helping his friends and neighbors. It made him feel good inside. One day, John told Tommy about communication. Tommy, he said, good communication is key to understanding and being understood. Always be clear and honest. Speak from your heart. Tommy practiced this with his friends. He found that being honest and clear made his friendship stronger. John loved to share quotes with Tommy. Tommy, he would say, quotes are like little pieces of wisdom. They can inspire us and guide us. One of John's favorite quotes was, kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. Tommy loved this quote. He wanted to be like honey to others. John also shared good thoughts with Tommy. Always think positive, Tommy, he said. Positive thoughts lead to positive actions. They make life brighter. Tommy tried to stay positive, even when things were tough. He found that it helped him feel better and do better. As the years went by, Tommy grew up. He never forgot his father's lessons. He spoke kindly, listened carefully, read a lot, and helped others. He communicated well and stayed positive. He became a good man, just like his father had hoped. One day, when Tommy was a young man, John fell ill. Tommy was very worried. He stayed by his father's side, just like John had stayed by his when he was little. "Don't worry," Tommy John said with a weak smile. "You are a good man. I am very proud of you." Tommy hugged his father tightly. Tears filled his eyes. "Thank you for everything, Dad," he said. "I will always remember your lessons. I will always try to be kind and help others. I will always use my words wisely." John smiled and patted Tommy's back. "I know you will, my son," he said. "You have a good heart. You will make a difference in this world." Tommy hugged his father even tighter. He felt a mixture of sadness and happiness. Sadness because his father was ill, but happiness because of all the love and wisdom his father had given him. As days passed, John's health worsened. Tommy stayed by his side, taking care of him. He remembered all the stories and lessons his father had shared. He remembered the importance of words, kindness, and helping others. One evening, as the sun set, John held Tommy's hand. "Tommy," he said softly, "I may not be here for long, but my love and lessons will always be with you. Promise me you will continue to be kind and help others." Tommy nodded, tears streaming down his face. "I promise, Dad," he said. "I will always try to make you proud." John smiled one last time. "You already have, my son," he whispered. With that, John closed his eyes and passed away peacefully. Tommy felt a deep sadness but also a strong resolve. He knew his father's lessons would guide him for the rest of his life. He vowed to keep spreading kindness, helping others, and using his words wisely. Years later, Tommy became a father himself. He shared the same lessons with his own children. He told them about their wise and kind grandfather. He taught them to speak clearly, listen carefully, read a lot, and always be kind. He told them about the power of good communication and positive thoughts. Tommy's children loved the stories and lessons. They grew up to be kind and helpful, just like their father and grandfather. The village remembered John fondly. His legacy of kindness and wisdom lived on through Tommy and his children. One day, Tommy's eldest child, Lily, asked him, "Dad, what is the most important lesson Grandpa taught you?" Tommy smiled and hugged Lily. "The most important lesson," he said, "is to always be kind and help others. Kindness can change the world, one person at a time." Lily hugged her father back. "I will always try to be kind, Dad," she said, "just like you and Grandpa." Tommy felt a deep sense of happiness. He knew his father's wisdom would continue to spread through the generations. He knew the world would be a better place because of the simple yet powerful lessons of kindness and love. And so, the story of John, Tommy, and their family continued, filled with love, kindness, and the power of words. They lived their lives making a positive impact on everyone they met. And they always remembered that the greatest gift they could give was a kind heart and a helping hand.